In this lecture series, in the course of Fundamental of Investment, we are discussing a topic on Indian securities market. In this topic, in my previous lecture, I talked about primary market. We talked about book building process, fixed price offer, what initial public offer is, and all those issues related to the primary market we discussed in a previous lecture. In today's lecture, I will be talking about secondary market. The very first point is that very first thing which comes in our mind is what is secondary market. I would put it in simple words that where the existing issued securities are being traded, that is called secondary market. What it means is that all those securities which have been issued originally in the primary market, when they come for trading in the market, it is being dealt in the secondary market. In common parlance, we also call it stock exchanges. That is, we are all aware of this fact that shares, bonds, debentures and other financial securities are being dealt in the stock exchanges. So, in common parlance, sometimes the secondary market and the stock exchanges are used synonymously. So, secondary market is the market in which existing securities means the securities which have been originally issued by the company in the past are resold or traded. It is also known as stock market in the common parlance. Secondary market comprises of equity market and debt market. Means in the secondary market, equities are being dealt and the debt is also being dealt. In some stock exchanges, it is only the equity that is being dealt. In some stock exchange, it is the only debt that is being dealt, and in some stock exchanges, both equity and debt is being dealt. So, secondary market refers to a market where securities are traded after being initially offered. The word initially offered is important, right? After being initially offered to the public in the primary market and or listed on the stock exchanges. So, means once again, the securities which are offered to the public in the past, they are being dealt, they are being traded in the secondary market. So, what role does the secondary market plays? Why there is a need of secondary market? Friends, any investment which you make, one of the factor which affects the investment in the security is that the security should be liquid. People should able to convert this financial asset into cash whenever they want it. So, easy liquidity is one of the important factor in determining any investment. And not only the easy liquidity, but right price discovery of that asset is also important for the purchase and sale of that very asset class. So, for this very reason, I would say that secondary market plays a very important role. It provides marketability to the existing securities. Suppose I purchased a particular company share in the IPO market, in the primary market. IPO market, popularly known as IPO market, which is initial public offer. Company issued shares and a subscriber is being allotted a share. Suppose I am being allotted some shares. Now, after some time, after 1 year, after 2 years, after 3 months, after a month, I want money and I want to convert this asset, which is in form of shares, into cash. Where do I go to convert this security, convert this share into cash? It is a stock market, it is the secondary market which provides me the platform to convert this existing shares which were being issued in the past into cash. So, it means that secondary market provides liquidity and marketability to the existing securities. It provides a platform for the buyers and the sellers to interact. Friends, for any asset, how the price discovery will take place? Price discovery will take place only when buyers and sellers are able to interact with each other, right? Freely, without any bias. So, this secondary market provides a platform to the buyers and sellers to interact, not in the physical mode. These days, I will be talking this point in detail in the course of discussion, but through the help of the computers, through the help of the internets, right, through the platform of the different stock exchanges which these stock exchanges provides, the buyers and sellers interact. They put their buying deal and they put their selling deed, right, they put their bid, and whatever the price discovery that takes place with the interaction of the buyers and sellers, at that price that security is being dealt. So it provides an easy platform to the buyers and sellers to interact. It facilitates investors or traders to revise their portfolio as per the needs and objectives. What it means is revise their portfolio. You have made certain investments, and in those investment of, say, if I talk of the shares, let me stick to the shares, that if I have invested in, say, 10 companies, and after some period of time I want to convert, I want to change one or two shares and want to replace it with other shares. So means I want to revise my portfolio. How do I revise my portfolio? I will immediately, what I will do is that I will sell the shares which I don't want to keep in for future, right? I will sell in the stock market, in the secondary market, and I will purchase some new if I want to purchase new shares, right? So whenever there is a need, whenever there is an requirement of changing the portfolio, changing the existing securities, changing the securities in number, or it may be the type of securities, I can easily do it. Means I can change my portfolio with the help of the secondary market. It is a barometer of the economy. The strength of the country's economy can be gauged by the activity on its stock exchanges. Friends, this is very, very vital that stock exchanges are being considered as the barometer of the economy. People say that if you want to judge the health of the economy, the health of the economic health of a country, you just see the stock market, you just see the stock indexes. If stock exchanges are healthy, if stock market is booming, it means it is a clear indication that people have faith in that economy. People feel that this economy will have good growth. When people have such expectation, when I am saying people means not only the people of the country, but even from outside, means outside world, different country, people of different countries, the investors of different countries feel that this economy is an emerging economy. This economy will do good in future. It will be, the companies will prosper, the economy will prosper, then the stock market will automatically go up. If the stock market is falling, if the stock indices are falling, when I am saying stock market means I refer to indices, stock indexes. If indexes are falling, it means it is a testimony of the poor health of the economy in the long run. If it is continuous, I am not talking of the short-term variations that take place in the stock market on a day-to-day basis. I am talking for a fairly long period of time. So that's why we say that stock market or the secondary market is the barometer of the economy. It is a measure of the health of the economy. So the strength of the country's economy can be gauged by the activity on the stock exchanges. If the activities are on a large scale, large pace, stock market is rising, it is a sign of the economic strength. If the stock market is falling, right, means the indices are falling, prices are falling, different companies' shares prices are falling, it is an indication that the economy in the time to come, in the period, right, will fall, that the economic growth, rate of growth is falling, and so the stock market falls. It provides regular information about value of the existing securities. Friends, at some point of time in my previous discussion, I said that it is being presumed, market efficiency theory assumes that whatever the prices that is being shown in the stock market of a company's share, of a company's security, it incorporates all the information regarding that company. Means the right valuation. It is not the fundamental analyst, it is not the technical analyst who will make the right valuation of the security of the shares. The market efficiency theory assumes that whatever the prices that is being discovered by the market, that whatever the prices that is being shown on the stock exchanges computers, right, that incorporates all the information about the company. Not only the present information, even the information, even the various happenings that is going to happen in the future, market discounts it in the present itself. Means if the company is growing at a fast rate and market expects that the company will grow at a very fast rate, so even in present market, company will improve, company will grow in the past, but even this information will be incorporated in the share prices of that company, right? So it means that the share prices reflects all the information about that security. To contribute to the economic growth through allocation of funds. Friends, for any country to grow, capital formation is must. How the capital formation will take place? Capital formation will take place only with the help of the savings, and this saving is being plowed back again to investment, which this investment will create income, right? So this investment will take place when the stock market is in a healthy position, right? So this stock market or the secondary market provides economic growth through allocation of funds. Means people who have the extra savings. Suppose a service class person, I am a service class person, I have X level of income. In this X level of income, a part of my income I do consume and rest of it I save. So if this saving of mine is being invested in the shares, it means the companies will get the money and companies will use this money for investment purposes, and this will create economic growth in the country, because economy will not able to grow unless the industry, unless the service sector grows. So this service sector or the industry, right, requires money. Where from this money will come? This money will come from the people's saving. So this savings is being channelized in economic growth, and this stock market helps in the economic growth process. The other role of the stock markets or the secondary market is it provides instant valuation of securities by change in the internal environment. As I was talking to you in the efficient market theory, right, same thing I will say here, that whatever the internal environment changes that takes place in the company, that is being reflected in the stock market, in the share price of that company. Means the valuation of the security changes as some internal environment changes. You might have seen many times in the past also, and even you may observe in the future also, that as and when company declares its quarterly results, and if the results are good, the day when the results are being declared, if the result of the company is better than the people's expectation, share prices goes up, and vice versa. It means whatever the internal environment that changes that is taking place in the internal environment, that affects the share price. Suppose the CEO of a company resigns, and the CEO is being considered a reputed CEO, reputed in the sense who has taken the company to new heights, right? So if that CEO resigns, that will be reflected in the share price. There is, you may call it temporary change, but certainly this information of the change in the CEO or the resignation of the CEO will affect the share price. What I mean to say is that internal environments is being reflected, or the changes in the internal environment is reflected in the share price. It ensures a measure of safety and fair dealing to protect investors' interest. Friends, there is always a gap between the people who manage the companies and the people who invest in the companies. Means not all investors do manage the company's affairs. It is only few of the selected investors who manage the affairs of the company. They happens to be the promoters and directors of the company, right? So a large number of investors gives their money, impart their money to these people who happens to be the promoters or directors of the company. How the company is being run, on this basis the share price is being determined, and share price will reflect the performance of the management, performance of the directors will be reflected in the share price. And the stock exchanges, the secondary market ensures, and the regulators ensures that these promoters, these directors of the company who are running the affairs of the company, they use all prudent corporate governance steps to run the affairs of the company. That's why we say that secondary market helps in safety and fair dealing to protect the investors' interest. So friends, this is about the role of the secondary market. Now, let me come to the other part, segment of the secondary market. There are two segments. One is called open over-the-counter market. What happens? It is more an informal channel. This market is informal, and traders are negotiated here. Trades are negotiated here. It means if you and I want to make some dealing of some financial securities, some shares or debt, I and you will meet and determine the price of that security, and the dealing will be done. This is called over-the-counter market. So most of the trades in the government securities takes place in this market. Further, all the spot trades where securities are traded for immediate delivery and payment occur in OTC market. It means in this OTC market, over-the-counter market, there is no exchange, there is no stock exchange guarantee of the delivery of the securities or of the payment. This is the risk in the over-the-counter market. On the other hand, there is an exchange traded market. One is called over-the-trade market, other is called exchange traded market. In the exchange traded market, I would say that stock exchanges gives the guarantee of the fulfillment of the contract that takes place between the buyer and the seller. So stock exchanges, these exchange traded markets are stock exchanges. Stock exchanges provides platform for purchase and sale of securities by investors. The stock market ensures free marketability, negotiability. Free marketability means easy purchase and sale. Negotiability means is not that the price is fixed. Price keeps on changing simply on the basis of demand and supply. And this demand and supply means the prices are negotiable. You put a bid, the other party put a counter bid. Wherever these two bids matches, that is the purchaser and the seller puts bids, and wherever these two bids matches, on that basis the price is determined of a security. So that way what we are doing is, what the purchaser and seller are doing it, they are negotiating the price. So it provides free marketability, negotiability and price discharge. Means wherever the negotiated price are being fixed means determined, on the basis of that the price discharge takes place. So all the trade takes place over a trading cycle, that is a T. T means the time and the day when you trade, actual trading takes place, are settles after a certain time. These days not only even T plus 2 days, many of the stock exchanges are following T plus 1 settlement system. That is the trade day plus 1 day. On the other day the dealing will take place. Means you have to clear the deal. You have to deal, suppose you are selling the shares. So if it is a T1 plus 1 settlement system, on the day of the transaction plus 1 day, then you will have to give the shares and the buyer will have to give the price. Price means money, right? So we call it T plus 1 days of settlement. So the traders' executes are cleared and settled by a clearing corporation. So there is an agency called clearing corporation in the exchanges. These clearing corporation exchanges settles the trade. That is, the sellers deliver the securities, sells the shares, give the securities, and the buyer pays the price, the money. So exchange traded markets is safer than the OTC market due to reduced counterparty risk. The counterparty risk means it is the stock exchanges which gives the guarantee of fulfillment of the contract. So this is called exchange traded market. In the exchange traded market also, there are two segments. We call it segments of the secondary market. One is called cash market, the other is called derivative market. So in the cash market, securities are traded on the spot for cash. When I am using the word cash market, it means actual delivery of shares takes place. If I am trading today, trading means if I am purchasing today. If I am dealing in the cash market, it means I will take the delivery of that share which I am dealing with. Supposing I purchases 100 shares of Nestle, right? Nestle is a FMCG company, is a multinational company which deals in the various product. Maggi, you might have heard Maggi. Maggi is a brand of a Nestle, right? So if I purchase 100 shares of Nestle in the cash market, it means I'll take the delivery of the Nestle, 100 shares of Nestle if I have purchased 100 shares. And the seller means will get the price, means if I am following T+1 settlement system, so on the settlement day the seller will get the price and the buyer will take the delivery, right? So the seller of the securities receives money from the buyer and the buyer receives the delivery of the securities from the seller. So in the cash market, securities are traded for immediate delivery and cash payment at the time of sale itself. Means in the cash market, actual delivery takes place, actual delivery of the shares takes place, and the payment has to be made in full of the to the buyer, right? This is called cash market. The other is called derivative market. All over the world, friends, the volume and the transaction in the derivative market are many times more than the cash market, because one of the purpose, one of the objective of the stock markets is price discovery, and the true price discovery takes place with the help of not only with the cash market but in the derivative market. In the derivative market, it is not the immediate transfer, immediate delivery of the shares and immediate payment of the money is to be made. That is, the buyer does not get immediate delivery of the shares of the financial security which the buyer is purchasing, and the seller will not have to. The buyer will not take the actual delivery in the derivative market, and seller will not give the actual securities right now at present. In the derivative market, you make a contract for a future day or a future date. So a variant of the secondary market is the derivative market, where the securities are traded for future delivery and payment. Means neither the delivery has to be given immediately or nor the payment has to be given delivery. So the delivery and possession of the securities does not happen immediately. Rather, it is deferred for a specific future date. Supposing this is the month of, say, April, and if you buy some shares, if I talk of the financial securities in form of shares, if you buy some shares of a company in future market, and this month on the national stock exchanges and the Bombay stock exchanges, the future, suppose if I talk of national stock exchange, is expiring on 25th of April 2021, right? So then in that case, that my delivery of shares, if I purchase in the future market, will take place on 25th. It is a promise to buy this security of X for which I am dealing on 25th of April 2021. Because I am purchasing not in the immediate cash market, I am purchasing in the derivative market, where the term of this present month will expire on 25th of April. On the NSE, not only even the monthly derivative market in the future takes place, even on a weekly basis also the expiry takes place. Means you can purchase on a weekly contract basis also. So this is, friends, called derivative market. So friends, after talking of the primary market and derivative markets, so to conclude, I would say the cash market is a market where actually delivery takes place on an immediate basis, and the actual price is being paid on an immediate basis. That is, T+1 settlement system is being followed in some exchanges. In some exchanges, different countries follow different systems. T+2, T+3 settlement system is followed in other countries, right? Depending on the country to country, depending on exchange to exchange. In the derivative market, the immediate purchase and sale does not take place. The purchase and sale take place on a future date. So with these words, thank you very much, and we'll again continue this lecture on the secondary market.